If you're in a season where you feel like you're just going through the motions of your homeschool mom life, like your homeschool days are packed, but something still feels off. Or if you've ever had one of those homeschool days where you finish everything, but still feel like nothing really happened, like you're just checking off boxes and something is just not right, then this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing 5 signs that you're homeschooling on autopilot and how to break free to live and homeschool with more intention. Stick around to the end because I'll also share a simple question that can shift everything for you. Sign 1 is that you're busy, but you don't feel present. I recently spoke with a homeschool mom who told me, I never do what I intend to do in a day, and I feel so much guilt and shame about it. She's constantly juggling everything. She's got 5 kids, but that deep desire for connection and feeling like she's alive as she's doing this homeschool mom thing, like she really feels like she's experiencing it, it's not there. She feels like she's getting buried under overwhelm. And I know she's not alone because I have these conversations all the time in my DMs, if I'm chatting with you there, and in consultation, if you're learning more about coaching, and in coaching. What might help her is if she shifted from, instead of asking, did we finish everything, to asking, what felt meaningful today? Sign number 2 that you might be homeschooling on autopilot is that you're following the crowd without questioning why you're doing what you're doing. If you've ever signed up for a forest school or a certain co-op or a certain theater activity, or maybe just curriculum or an entire method, just because everyone else was doing it, I know I have, just because it works for someone else doesn't mean that it aligns with your family's needs. It's not just structured homeschoolers who experience this following the crowd pressure that we sometimes experience as homeschool parents. Sometimes unschooling moms feel like they're gliding through their days, watching their kids do things that don't feel like it's educational, and they wonder, are they actually learning anything? I loved hearing from another mom in the Confident Homeschool Mom Collective that she wants to stay authentic to herself and not allow other parents' fears, even homeschool parents' fears, influence how she's home educating, because she often hears the concept of, my kids are behind. I'm worried that my kids are behind. Oh, girlfriend, we're going to talk about behind at some point. But there are so many conversations that have something to do with, what if my kids need to go to school? Maybe my kids will be behind. Or other kids are learning to read earlier. My child is behind. I don't want to feel influenced and pressured by this notion of behind. I want to stay authentic to myself. She's someone that doesn't want to follow the crowd. And the second sign of going on autopilot in our homeschool mom lives is to ask ourselves, what's everybody else doing? Maybe the shift could be for us to take a step back and ask, if no one else was doing what we're doing, if no one else was doing this, what we're choosing to do today, would I still choose what I'm doing? If the answer is no, it might be time to rethink. Are you making choices, or are the choices making you? Sign number 3 that you're on autopilot. Your homeschool doesn't actually align with your core values. And when you finally sit down with a journal and say, what is it that I really envisioned when I began this homeschool thing? Or what have I learned about my kids over the last 4, 3, 5, 2 years that have helped me understand what I really want from my homeschool kids and even what I want for me? The value undergirding all of that, does it align with what you're actually doing day to day? One mom I talked to shared how she truly believes that education should be about real life and a lifelong love of learning. That piece right there. Homeschool moms speak about that lifelong love of learning all the time. But then they feel pressure to do enough, and they fear messing up. They fear their children being behind. And those energies, those mental narratives, the ones that they hear from other people, but they also kind of believe themselves, that's stealing their vision and their joy. Can you relate? You might want to write down your top 3 homeschool values, your 3 family values, certainly your personal values, and ask yourself, do you see those values reflecting in your day-to-day? If not, it is definitely time to adjust. Not to do more, but to do what actually matters. Sign number 4 that you are on autopilot is that you aren't making time for reflection. Sitting on a couch with a journal, or spending time with yourself, looking in the mirror every morning and saying, what do you want out of this day? I know that between the lessons and the laundry and keeping everybody fed and safe, it feels like there's never enough time. And because we're so busy, we rarely stop to ask, is this life that we're building, is this really working for us? The shift for you can be if you just carve out 5 to 10 minutes a week. Yeah, just 5 a week to reflect on your life. You could have a simple journal prompt like, what's one thing I want more of in our homeschool? That might reveal so much for you. That might help clarify why you're doing what you're doing and shift what you're doing each day. And the 5th sign that you might be on autopilot is that you feel like life is happening to you. If you've ever felt like you're just reacting to the stuff that's going on and you're just moving from the next thing to the next thing to the next thing, instead of actually leading your kids, leading your life the way you dreamed of, well, welcome to the homeschool mom experience. It's easy to get caught up in the tsunami wave of all the things. So what do we do to shift that, to get you the homeschool or the life that you really want? You want to rebuild your confidence, get clear on what's actually really going on to undermine your confidence. The shift for you can be to ask yourself each week, what's the one thing, the simple thing that you can do this week that connects you back to what you want most in this homeschool mom life? Maybe that's patience. Maybe that's more laughter. Maybe that's just more moments of eyeball to eyeball time, those connected moments with each of your kids. Maybe that's time away to do something that isn't with your homeschool family. The key question for you to shift from life on autopilot to intentional homeschool mom life is to ask yourself this just one simple question. Are you making choices? Or are your choices making you? Let that sink in. Are you homeschooling based on your values, your vision, or are you just reacting to what's expected of you? I know it's not easy to move into the space of I'm going to own my life and I'm going to align my values with my daily activities. I'm going to address the relational challenges that are keeping me from really owning what I want. I know it's not easy because I've done it, and I know it can take a lot of effort, and sometimes it can be a lot of challenge. It can be a lot of really hard stuff. One mom told me that she's considering coaching because she needs skills and support to become who she wants to be, not just in her homeschool, not just for her kids, not just for her family, but for herself. If that's you too, let's chat. Book a conversation with me. You'll find the link in the description below. And let's begin together to live your homeschool mom life on purpose, not on autopilot. If this video resonated with you, I want to invite you to take your next step. I help homeschool moms stop homeschooling on autopilot and start creating a homeschool mom life that actually aligns with her values. Or if you just want a little more written encouragement, grab the Living Your Life on Purpose checklist. You'll find that below as well. You'll receive a checklist and subsequent personal emails of encouragement to clarify what's not working and move toward the life you want. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss more videos to support your homeschool mom journey. See you next time, and remember, you can turn your homeschool challenges into your homeschool charms. You got this, girlfriend.